We're finally here. We're finally doing my motor. Oh, I've been waiting so long. I've been so patient. And we're finally here. Oh, I'm so happy. All right. We are going to jump straight into this because I'm not messing around. And we're just going to... I have a big pile of parts here ready to go, so... let's do it! Straight off the bat, I've already forgot the seals, so I'll get my seals first. Oh, it's been so long. I've been just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting so patiently, and now we're finally here. I spent all day yesterday getting the rest of my bolts and everything just prepared and ready, so this was a nice simple easy day. Just to try and make my life a little easier with the whole editing and everything else. So I'm just going to chuck a whole lot of bolts in. I'll try and get as much. I don't want you just staring at the motor like I did with the Pulsar. Like that's all you saw. Like I know you all want to see my pretty face too. So, ooh, while I'm here, I will chuck the spark plugs in. So. Another bit of precaution, just so I don't drop a bolt down and end up being sad, because I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy, very excited. Oh, after all this, I've been staring at the shed and the workshop side is just looking like an absolute mess, and I really want to clean that up so it's neater. Just looks a lot better. Everything's easier to find and get to. This whole toolbox saga, man, it's just triggered something old in me. Now, you will notice with stuff I do like and I do respect, the last video of the Pulsar, that's not really how I treat cars. I don't treat all cars like that. I actually do have a bit of respect for cars, but it's the Pulsar. It's just the daily. I don't really care about it, so I don't really care. I'll helicoil that rocker cover thread eventually. So that doesn't matter. So don't worry about that. You will see with this build, this engine, this car, and any other cars in the future that aren't mine or are mine and I actually like, I treat them a lot better. I do promise you that. I treat them a lot better. And then, this has got to be my favorite. If you don't have a ratcheting Nissan oil cap, what are you doing? So I'll chuck these spark plugs in too, just so I don't drop anything down in there and make my day hella sad. So we have some BCPR7ES. All the letters and stuff all actually, they mean something. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but like it's the difference of protruding tip and two-pronged tip, threaded top or a solid top, all sorts of stuff. And then your numbers, your heat range. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to talk about. So OEM spark plugs are a heat range 6, but because I'm going to go for a little bit of power, run E85 and far too much boost. So we are going to go down a heat range. So the higher the number, the lower the heat range, so the colder the burn. They are already gapped to 0.8 mil, where the heat range 6 are gapped to 1 mil unless it's -8 in the part number. I learnt that the other day. I like learning things new. I hope you do too, because now you know too. If you have an RB, well, it's useful. If not, I don't know. But I don't know, I'm excited, so I'm very talkative. So you might just hear me shit talking just this entire video. I'm just way too excited. Way too excited. I started this engine build I don't know how many months ago, but it's well over 12 and it's well over 18. So if you wait that long for something, just waiting, and you have like all these parts ready to go and you can't do anything, you know how frustrating that is? Man, I was patient, but we're here. We're finally here. Love it. This is a first for me. I'll be honest, you'll never see me ever do this ever again, but I'm actually quite interested how tight they are supposed to be. So interesting. Now let's see. Yeah, right. Now let's see if we can duplicate that. Washer crush. A little more. I reckon that's perfect. Whoops, need that. I've always interested like how close I can get things. Was it that one? Oh, so close. Let's see if I can do this by myself. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I really worry about this engine stand because shit, and I don't have much strength at the moment. I've got my right hand, so I'm probably going to need. Oh! We're gonna have to go a little more to show the people. So what we got is Ross Racing pistons, spool rods, ARP main bolts, ARP rod bolts. We've got a N1 oil pump. So the normal style is a sleeve with a grub screw, where I've actually got my collar welded onto the crank. So then the entire rotating assembly as well all got balanced with my clutch as well, with the harmonic balancer. So with everything on the motor, like it balanced to a T. It is perfectly balanced, and I'm super excited. So yeah, we'll do the oil pickup. Pop the oil pickup on. All right, my beautiful clean rag there. Genuine Nissan seal. Instead of the normal, the real design for this takes an O-ring, but they are notorious just for being shit. So we have this guy, which is for an SR and CA, actually I think CA, RB, CA and everything else. And he is your friend. If you have an O-ring style, you can still use this. It will seal, I promise. I promise. Make sure you do the lip towards the block. So the little lip bits going that way. That way. So flat, lip, flat towards the block. And then our pickup's just gonna pop in here. All right, I will put tools away. I'm learning. Oh, Dylan will be so proud. I've finally got into the age where I can't deal with mess anymore. It's just frustrating and it's really getting to me. I hate it. I'm not pleased. But that's all right. As soon as this is together, I'm only going till 11 o'clock and then I've got to duck out for a bit. So I'm a little bit headless at the moment, just so you can see. I really hope this is close enough and big enough. My screen's this big, so the screen I'm looking at's this big, so I keep forgetting your screen's this big. So right now I'm like Oh, huge. But then there's some people watching on a phone and it's just like, oh, can you see this? Like, I really hope you can see this. You're kidding me, aren't you? Oh, I'm gonna pause this because this is gonna take me forever just to find the fucking torque spec. Beautiful. Not gonna put that there, put that back in its case where it belongs because I care about you. So I don't like buying expensive things and one's enough. Alright, so I won't bore you with the whole me putting gasket goo all over the sump. So I'll skip to that because Mitchell's not here to make funnies with me at the moment. Alright, we lost her there for a second. Make sure mic is still working, yep. Awesome. So I got it all gooed. Now I gotta try and put this down without touching the paints. So I'll go ahead and put all of the sump bolts in. The front 4 and the back 4, I want to use the OEM steel bolts on the 4 at the running at the front and 4 running at the back. And that is because the back plate cover and the oil pump are both alley, and all my other bolts are stainless steel. So I'll put the stainless steel ones into the cast iron, and then I'll do the normal steel ones into the alley because stainless and alley react and they don't like each other. If you didn't know that, now you do. My turbo will be here today, so I need to speed things up so I can go pick it up as well. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. I can start my dump pipe, but I can't actually do my entire exhaust because I'm still waiting on my V-bands, my Lukey resonator, and my cat converter, because I will be running a cat converter because it is a legal thing. You have to run a cat converter. So I also need to change this fella here because the OEM style, OEM means factory, so the standard from factory. Standard from factory style, the OEM style is like this, and then the filter screws onto it as well. But then an rb20, they have a, what do I do with it? A thread just going straight into the block. So what you can do is, so we'll be pulling this stud out. This one, damn it. This one, damn it. This one, yeah. So we'll grab these buggers. We're going to unscrew this guy. So usually that big housing slides over that bit instead. So what you can do is buy an rb31 from EFI Solutions, and then you can convert your rb20 style to the rb30 style, just like that. Now your filter will screw straight on. There's one less gasket you need to worry about. So, this pains me to do this, but I don't exactly know any other way. And there we have it. So nice and tight. It's not going to come out by hand because your oil filter only needs to be hand tight. Do I need to say this again? Your oil filter only needs to be hand tight. That is all. Hand tight. No more, no less. Okay? If anyone tells you otherwise, boy. So, best practice in the world. Put a little bit of oil in your cap. Dip your finger in it. Wipe oil around this seal. Don't have to be a lot. Just so that all the rubber all the rubber is wet with oil. Oil your ring, please. And then, look at that. So now we have a oil filter, hand tight, see? Hand tight, that's all you need, hand tight. It's just gonna squish that gasket down, hand tight. And the reason why you put oil on that little seal is it's rubber, it's dry rubber. And if you put dry rubber onto something and it's going to go through multiple heat cycles and become brittle, it's going to stick to it and then it's going to become harder to even get off. So if you put a little bit of oil on it, it's got a tiny little bit of film just going around. So put oil on your seal, please. All right, so while we are here on this side, we'll get yours down in here for this one. So what we're going to do is the thermostat and the thingo, what do you call it? So I've got a high flow thermostat for it. Yeah, no, it's on a FedEx vehicle for delivery today. So it is coming today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love that so much. Having a fight with the goo there, Jesus. So I won't go so extreme on this one, but I will make sure the goo is in the tiny little crevices here. See a little crevice around the edge there? So I'm just making sure there's goo down in there. I'm gonna go the whole way around the bolt holes, because this is water. Water go everywhere. The only thing, I actually don't know if I have bolts for this. Oh, I just stitched myself up. I'm gonna quickly look for a third bolt. So many so close, but I can't find one the right size. So now we're back. Do apologise, I was gone for a while. Did you look after my motor? We're upside down, so that points down. We're just going to do these up. Hand tight. We don't want to fully squirt out all the goo, or else it won't make a nice seal. Gonna go ahead and do finish off the sump bolts. Click, 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 click. Good old genuine Nissan, how good is that? Quality. I guess it does matter having the dowels in the head rather than the plenum, because the dowels also keep it up, hold the gasket up, as well with the studs. Yeah, it sits perfect. I found my nuts. We're gonna slide this fella on. Away into home she goes. So I'll pop these bolts in and then we'll get the top half on. And we're starting to look like a real motor here, aren't we? Hope everyone else is excited. Everyone who knows me, I've been talking about this damn thing for a long time. I only have my China copy at the moment. So I want to buy an actual Plasma Man, but just at the moment, we don't have one yet. So we're going to chuck this on anyway. Unless Plasma Man wants to sponsor me, that'll be sick. I'll do a first dyno run with the Chinese manifold, and then I'll do a full power run same day. Just change over to the Plasma Man and do a power run and see the actual difference. So Plasma Man, if you'd like to sponsor this very spicy rb20 build, slide into me DMs. I will get around to it one day. It's not today. Not today, not tomorrow, but we'll do it someday. And I paid next to nothing for this thing. So, Plasma Man, hit us up. Please. What is going on? Don't make me take it back out, man. You've got to be shitting me. All right, well, I'm going to take this back off because one of the bolts don't want to go into its thread. Sponsor me. Some gross dirty threads in there. I'll quickly chase them out with a tap. The tap won't even start. So you know something's up. This is a used plenum. It is a China copy and it is used as well. So it's not brand new. I picked it up for 80 bucks off some dude on Marketplace. Really, I should have just bought a brand new one for 180 or 160 bucks or whatever they are, but I don't know why I didn't. I grinded back all the welds and taught myself how to TIG weld. And I re-welded the base and the top together and then welded on a Bosch drive-by-wire mounting plate as well. And we have everything ready, so we can just go ahead and shove it all in. Nice. Do the big bolts first. So make sure that's sitting perfect. We'll quickly put these on so we can do the exhaust and the turbo. I got my turbo. We went and picked it up. Oh, I want to put it on now. Black and stainless. Pretty. Very pretty. Pretty. Are these not long enough? Really? Just long enough. Should have got the bigger size and then just chopped them down, I think. Live and learn. Yeah, I'm going from halfway. Oh no. Pushing halfway the Allen key instead of the whole way just because it's a small thread. So that is my drive-by-wire throttle body, plenum. It's looking like a motor. It's actually looking like a motor. That's awesome. So now we can get to the pretty gritty. Some pretty gritty stuff. So you have your exhaust stud. You've got your exhaust stud. So the part that's not going into the head, I like to put a nut this way, and because they're flange nuts, I'm going to put a washer in between them so they got something to grab onto each. Not go the whole way down the bottom of the thread, bottom them out, and then lock these two together, tightening this bottom one, so it's going away from the head threads. That's how I like to do it. Ooh. So we just lock them together and then we wander in. And I'm going to seat this bad boy. We're not going to strip it. We're not going to go overboard. And then we're going to back that nut off. And now that stud is tight into the head. And that's how you install exhaust studs. So I'll go do the rest of the 12 and we'll get this turbo manifold on and this turbo on. It's huge. Wait till you see it. Oh, it's awesome. All right. Actually, I might keep this so I can do a little fast 40. Play some beats. It's really the only reason why I work. Same with Mitchell, just, probably same with you. So you can afford your hobbies. And our hobbies are fast cars. So excuse me? Why won't the stud go in? Oh, because there's a snapped off stud in there. Alright, this is the one thing I hate doing. I absolutely hate doing. So, you guys get to supervise me if I bugger it or not. Because we're going to have problems if I bugger this. We're going to have to get a helicoil out. And I don't have helicoils. So, yeah. Double uh-oh. Alright. We'll stop there. I saw nothing go in. I feel nothing go in. Cool. All right. Now, for the scary part. So now, ooh, shit. I might have f***ed up. Damn. I really hope I didn't. We might be okay. I forgot to press record again. I cut the very tip off it. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was stressing. Oh, boy, I was stressing. Oh. Thank God. Thank God for that. I'll show you what I done. Because I drilled the hole too big, I cut the very tip off it because it's a taper. So it was actually big enough when I started hammering it in, it caught it. It caught it and it got it. Ooh. My heart is racing, you have no idea. All right. We can carry on. Oh. Thanks for having my back there, everyone. I feel like that was all you guys. I couldn't let yous down. And the motor knew it. 2 down, 10 to go. Woohoo! All right. Woo! We're excited now, aren't we? We better be excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Multi-layer steel. Pop that one on. Woo! It's just coming together now. Ooh. How beautiful. Ooh. So I need an 8mm to tighten them up because 6 Boost has fancy dancy studs. Oh, maybe a 6mm, sorry. Which makes it a lot easier. 6 Boost. The best sounding manifolds you can get. Come at me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, what do we reckon? So it's a Pulsar Turbo. It's a G30-660, which is a big turbo. It is a very big turbo. You can get much, much, much bigger, but for me, this is a big turbo. I love it. For this side here, so you loosen this V-band and you can rotate the housing. So this is my oil feed here. You want the oil feed going down, and then the oil drain straight down. So straight vertical, just up, down. Wherever your motor tilts and whatever, RBs tilt slightly to the right. So now that we've got it clocked, clocking the turbo is what it's called, changing it on the clock. So clock the turbo where we want it. Gonna tighten this V-band so we don't lose our housing. So now that that's all tight, it can no longer rotate. Perfect. So now what we're gonna do, so now there's bolts on this side. So if we loosen these bolts going into this cover here, we'll be able to rotate this cover and the core will stay where it wants. So the V-band, this housing's never gonna move because it's mounted solid. This V-band will let you clock the center, the core, and then these bolts on the back of the compressor housing will let you clock the turbo down. So I need this facing down, so it's going to go down and then towards the front of the car. Now this is cast alley, so when you do these back up, if you ever do it, make sure you don't reef on it. You'll have a bad time. So we're going to go down like this, and then I'm going to weld a cast elbow coming here, and then we're going to have one coupler, and coupler each side of the intercooler, and that's it. 4 silicons. Oh! I may get started on my dump pipe, I might not. I will be doing Sunday as a TIG practice day anyway. Got to get good. And then hopefully if I can actually get really good, I would love to help anyone who wants a 3-inch stainless exhaust, like TIG welded or intercooler piping. I stuffed up. So yes, you need to keep your turbo straight up and down, but watch where your drain ends up, because my drain is pointing straight into the manifold. So I actually need to angle that out so it can come this way and around past it and into there. And as long as that fully clears, which it looks like it does, I might pop my oil drain on as well. So my oil drain and my the oil drain and the nut actually right lined up with each other. So it made a bit of an issue. We can't actually undo that to continue rotating it afterwards. So we'll have to undo it first. I forgot to do up the actual turbo bolts. And this is what I'm dealing with. You see that nut down in there? I haven't tightened it. How am I getting to it? So, we live and we learn, but you know, that's the beauty of it. I can't believe I did that. All right, easiest way, let me take the whole damn thing off. And that is the inside core of a turbo. Whee! Cool. So you're going to be nice and careful putting this back in. You don't want to go smacking everything. Pop the V-band over. Whoops. Almost kicked you guys over. That would have been rude of me. Pretty cam gears on. So I've got some Gulby cam gears because I was too cheap to buy PRP ones, unless PRP wants to sponsor me. If not, then, well, damn. We may have to stop just there because I've just noticed this plate sits on the corners and it doesn't actually sit against the cam gear flush. So I'm wondering if we're supposed to not use that plate. Because I can definitely see a gap. I can see a gap between the plate and the gear, both in the center and on the side. I was excited. So there's a line on the belt, right down the bottom here. I don't know if you'll see the line, and there's a little mark on the oil pump. And there's another mark up on this cam gear. So line that mark up with that circle. I need a second set of hands right now. That is our timing belt on. It's been sitting on the shelf that long, it has started rusting. Whoop. What? Turbo Smart. Why are we using 3/8 Imperial? And there we have it. This will be it for today. Absolutely happy with that. Well, now that will actually conclude tonight's video for the motor. We have a motor. As soon as I put my engine brackets on and the engine mounts, and I can sit it in the car and start making the dump pipe this weekend, which would be awesome. So thank you very much for tuning in and sticking around, and not gonna wipe this smile off my face for a while. Anyway, it is late. It is time for a shower and food